Hey everyone, Don Walker here. I was just doing some pondering today before I was going to put my blog post up, and just kind of looking within myself because I feel like I now have an opportunity to really make some serious changes in my life. And I just left a job that really had a hold on actually how I thought and how I processed information because it was very corporate. And I just thought back several years ago where I had long hair way down past my shoulders, and I just thought about, like, why I do what I do, and all the decisions I made. And like, I have 3 children, I'm married. So when I made the decision to do that, I cut my hair, thinking that it was going to help me get a job. And it turned out that I was back into sales, directly, face to face with people. And before that, it didn't really matter because I managed like a surf action sports shop that had like motocross items and skateboard items, snowboard items, and it really didn't matter. But I did really well with that. But for some reason, it didn't work out. So I found myself in a more corporate job, having to clean up a little bit more. And I really looked at how it affected me and how I thought about money, and how we do things just for the sake of money, and how the sacrifices we make affect us in our lives. And I just dug really deep, and I'm going to be very transparent here. And what I'm about to say is, please don't be alarmed or feel pity, because I have to get through some of these things, to get through my life and have growth within myself. But I thought back and said, what am I afraid about money? What's my biggest fears? And I can think back when my parents were alive. They worked so much, and their whole lives were centered around making money in their businesses. And when they were taken away, I mean, they were, true story, they were killed. They were plotted against and robbed. It was just a very devastating thing. And what it really did to me was make me kind of afraid of money, because I felt that the people that did what they did, they killed my parents, they were a target because they looked like they had money. They lived in a pretty big house. They knew they were successful. The businesses that they were involved with had a lot of money around, and unfortunately, they became a target. Now, thinking back on that, I just said to myself, if I never looked like I had money, if I just looked like a bum, or I just drove broken down cars, or even living in a place that's not so nice, people would never know that I had money even if I did. And the crazy thing is, I worked my way up in sales, and I was able to generate 6 figures. And at the time, I had my family living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and our next door neighbor was just everyday people, was a painter. And people would talk about how much they would struggle, and not that money came easy to me. I worked really hard too, but what I was doing at the time just generated more income because I was in sales. In sales, you can do that if you know what you're doing. Excuse me. But the thing about it was, I found myself really hoarding money and storing it away. I was really tight. I didn't really want to buy anything. And I looked back and said, why do I feel that way? Well, there are two reasons mainly. I look back honestly saying that, because one, I did not want people to know because of my fear of what happened to my parents. Two, scarcity mentality. I learned a very valuable lesson when, after my parents passed, we had a lot of money coming our way, and we lived in Houston at the time with my family. And I made some very bad decisions with money, and we lost pretty much everything. We were on the brink of homelessness. We were in a hotel for about a couple months. We're moving from Houston to Denver, and really didn't have a lot of time to really get things straight, or we would have been out in the streets for sure. It was a very scary time. But that experience it made me have a scarcity mentality, knowing that if I were just to hoard a lot of money, we'd never have to worry about it. And that, in a sense, is really not a good thing. I mean, it's not bad to save money and be wise with money and invest it, but at the same time, if you're always worrying about, losing money, or every time you spend money, the effect that you have when you spend it, it's like you want to hold on to it. That right there is not really a good trait. I don't think that's a good trait for growth, because I really started to look within myself and say that if I worked on myself, then I wouldn't really have to worry about money, because then I really looked at what I did for work. And at the time I was making money, but I didn't really have passion within what I did. I sold telecommunication products, cable, TV, phone services, and internet for a major telecommunications company. I did it for some time, and I was pretty dang miserable, actually, you know. But I really didn't have passion, so I made a lot of money, but I didn't really have passion for products. So it kind of got back to, thinking, how can I find something that I feel passionate about and focus more on what I do and how I can help people, and let money be more of a byproduct or a side thing or the result of what I do. And that's when I started looking online, and that's how I found the Empower Network. And then when my wife and I really looked at the company itself and discovered that it's not just about the money, it's about, a lot of personal development and looking within yourself, getting out of a lot of the things that hold us back, self-limiting beliefs, anything you can think of negatively. The way that the backbone of the company is structured is based on a lot of personal development mindsets. And also there's education with internet marketing tools as well. And all the people that are involved, the leaders, up to 20 years or more of experience of marketing, selling, direct sales experience, they've all come together to help and empower people to be better within themselves, but at the same time, a matter of being who you are as a person. And I said, well, I'd cut my hair all the time for what? When I felt most comfortable when I had long hair. And now I'm kind of losing hair, and I'm getting older, and I feel like a little insecure, truthfully, that, how would my hair look if it were long again? Would I look like a scanty old dude who's like balding? And I said, I felt comfortable most when I had long hair, and I felt like myself. And I realized that personally, I have a lot of value to offer, regardless of whether I have short hair or long hair. And once I believed that and knew that, I was really convinced within myself, then I realized that money is just a tool. I just paid some bills recently right now. Before I got on this video, I just paid some bills. And I just kind of analyzed how it made me feel. Like, oh man, money's going out. I hate to spend money. I don't like bills. I don't like when I have to pay the electricity or gas bill. And I really analyzed how it made me feel. And then I said, well, if I feel bad because I'm spending money, really what's the issue? Well, the issue is what I do. Because if I focus more on being passionate about what I did and helping people, I realized that I wouldn't really have to focus so much on money. See, that's what happens when you're involved with something you're not passionate about. You focus so much on the money because that's all that's there. And when I did that, where I was selling, that's all it was there, was just the money. I didn't have any passion when I sold those cable TV products. I was just focusing on money. And now I have an opportunity to really focus on myself, growing within myself, focus on being better father, a better husband, and focusing on giving everything that I have and all my experiences to people in the world, and sharing and being very transparent of who I am as a person. And that there to me is very empowering, to be that person, to be able to make a video and to be this transparent with people looking at me, and some may judge me, some may not like my video, but I'm taking a chance and stepping out in the world. And actually it's really pretty refreshing, because I know and I believe that there are other people out there who experience what I experienced, and people go through their own battles and struggles. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make this video just to share with everyone what I was going through today, and just something that I learned about money. If you like more information, of course, there's always information under the link. And thank you so much for watching my video.